Okay, so hello everybody, and thank you for joining us for this live session here with Vintage Radio. And of course, we've got with us Albert, we've got with us Brian, as well as Bala. My name is Aloysius. I'm the nobody here. I'm just here to facilitate while the three gentlemen actually share with you all their experiences actually having gone through courses under the NSA or the National Silver Academy, right? We're just going to wait for people to join us for this live session before we get started. But in the meantime, perhaps Bala can start with you. Can you introduce yourself to everybody? You know, what have you been doing, and how's life been? By the way, happy belated birthday to you, Bala. You are now 1 year older.
And I was working with MediaCorp for a very, very long time. And in much longer, I was a singer, an artist, all in one. I used to host shows, I used to act in dramas, TV and radio at the same time. But my main interest was in singing. So I was singing from 1968, 69, and then I joined MediaCorp in 1979 as a full-time announcer back then. That's what we are all known as. Now we are known as producer presenters, and then now radio DJs. So I retired in 2019 after, I think, more than 40 over years. And then, I was happy during my retirement time. And then I was doing my own things, do a little bit of research and do a little bit of reading and all this stuff. And then out of the blue, so somebody by the name of Aloysius sent me a message saying that they are starting Vintage Radio SG. And then I was in a recording that day actually, so I couldn't even send my message. So after the recording, I called and I knew which Aloysius was this. So then we had a chat and all these things. Then I'm here with Vintage Radio SG as another presenter. DG. That's about it.
Well, you know, you can call yourself DJ. You can actually call yourself DJ, presenter, superstar, whatever. You know, it's okay, because on Vintage Radio we're just like, you know, chill and you know, everybody's here. Next up, perhaps Brian, if you could give everybody a quick shout out. You know, what you've been doing. Well, okay, we all know what you've been doing, but just in case, you know, people's been living under a rock or something, maybe you can share with everybody. How's it like?
Okay, I've been in the business ever since 1971, and been working on the radio and the television as well, hosting shows, particularly, you know, things like sports and all that. I was the sports anchor for many years, and simultaneously I was also on radio, and yeah. And I've been there ever since until today. I still hold a Sunday show. These guys will not let me go. They have retained my services for the Sunday show because it goes out to the golden oldies and goodies, you know. And there's a huge following on the weekend. So that's the reason why I'm still there. Besides, this is my new assignment here on Vintage Radio SG. I host a program, a 4-hour program, Mondays to Fridays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we not only play all the oldies and goodies, but also we have lots of things happening like Did You Know Fun Facts? We've got some Singapore trivia. We've got a Singapore snapshot sharing with you some horror stories about some, you know, mystery murders and what have you and all that. So all that, I mean, you get the best of all worlds on Vintage Radio SG. Yep. So basically, that's what I do, and still enjoying doing it.
Well, that's good to know, Brian, and thank you so much for sharing that. Just like to say hi to everybody that has come in there. Ashok Kumar, hey, hello. Sally, as well as Agnes, thank you for joining us. You're from the Silver Hairs Club. Thank you very much for your support. Monica, Wunchin, all this, yes, thank you. We'll just wait for a few more minutes for everybody to come on. But in the meantime, my pleasure to introduce to you our guest for today as well. He's one of the participants of the National Silver Academy courses. He's here with us to share with us his experience. That will be later. But right now, Albert, how about you introducing yourself to everybody as well? Just what you've been doing and all that kind of interesting stuff.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm a retired dental surgeon, and I retired about 2.5 years ago. So all along, I've been attending, these lifelong learning courses. So a few weeks ago, I was attending this computer lesson at SACE, Singapore Association of Continuing Education. I was accompanying my wife, you see. So the staff there felt, I think they felt it unusual. No, I'm the only one they experienced so far accompanying my wife for the lesson. So they want me to just come on board and share my experience, and hopefully to encourage more seniors to come in, you see, and try to make lifelong learning part of their life. So so here I am.
Well, actually, Albert, thank you so much for doing that. And in fact, it is important for everybody, and we'd like to encourage everyone who's tuning in right now, along with those to encourage the people around you, the seniors especially, to continuously take on that effort to learn new stuff. It can be upskilling yourself, as in you knew something, but what you want to do is to upskill yourself so that you learn all the latest developments, or for that matter, just take up something new, right? The upsides to it is that you're actually continuously learning, and you're keeping your brain alive and challenging yourself, and I think that's important. Otherwise, life would be kind of how do you call it, not so interesting lah, if you keep on challenging yourself. And Albert, for that, I take my hat off to you, and you did a wonderful thing. You actually brought your wife along, and that's like something that married couples can do together lah, and it's sort of like, you just go, might as well hold hand together and go and learn something new. I think that's important.
I think for some sorry.
No, go ahead.
For somebody new, I think absolutely. I think she is quite new to the this all this high tech stuff, and and all along. I mean, like before the COVID-19, I mean, she was quite happy to get by with say WhatsApp, Facebook and YouTube. You see. So this COVID-19 crisis has totally, I think, upended all our lives, and you find that you have to keep contact with each other. Now we have to keep up with the technology. You see, I think during this time, probably the safest and the easiest way to keep in touch with our family and our friends. So I think there's you're forced to learn basically.
Well, just to share with everybody, right? The thing is that when we first approached Bala and Brian, the first questions out of their mouth was, "Hey, I don't know how to get online, how like that." And my answer at that time was, "It's okay. You will learn, and we'll teach you, and it's very easy. It's step by step. The moment you try doing it, you can do it, right?" And I think right now Bala and Brian, and in fact Rahima as well as Kwasi and Hua, they are all doing the shows from the comfort of their homes. Okay, so it's like you don't have to go into the studio and unlock this, unlock that, look for this CD, look for that already. It is very much them getting online, and perhaps later on they can also share what the fun that we had just learning how to pick up all these skills. But before we go on though, I'd just like to introduce everybody. Again, thank you so much for joining in. This is something that we work together with Vintage Radio along with the National Silver Academy. Why? Because we believe that, no matter how old you are or how young you are, you should always continue learning. As they say, 活到老,学到老, right? So don't ever stop learning, because what you want to do is to keep your brain going and challenge yourself, learn new skills, and surprise people for that matter. Now, just to let you know, National Silver Academy, or as we refer to it as NSA, it's a network of post-secondary education institutions. And it's community-based organizations, and we offer a wide variety of learning opportunities that's, very importantly, subsidized for seniors age 50 and above. Okay, now on top of that, you learn stuff, be it new interests or just to stay active. Now besides that, the diverse types of courses that there are really covers a lot, from health to IT, to wellness, to arts, design, you name it, it's pretty much there. You just need to, take the trouble, flip through or click through, scroll up, scroll down, look for the courses. There's definitely going to be something that's of interest to you. I mean, it's like, if you've always been yearning to want to learn an instrument or learn more about computers and all this, right, so that you can catch up with your grandkids or your children for that matter, you can definitely find courses there. Now, there are different learning options, so you can actually, pick and choose during the day, during the weekends and all this. And it includes even now face-to-face learning at the partner's location, or you can do online as well. Now, most of the courses that are offered are actually Skills Future credit eligible. So that means it is even cheaper lah, okay? So, when you go for courses and all this, you think you're going to pay a lot of money, but really the thing is that it's a very small investment. And I think Albert can attest to that, that just a small investment, you can start learning new stuff. The thing is this, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's wrong, because, we all can learn new tricks still, right? So I'm not going to be taking the microphone for so long. And in fact, I should pass it on to the seniors in this group, even though I'm more than 50 years old, to share a little bit more about their experiences. So maybe I can start with you, Bala. What was the course that you actually took up, and what did you get out of it?
Well, I was quite interested to know how to use all the apps in my phone and all. So I came across this Google Photo course, which was, I thought would be very interesting, and it was. And so I attended the course. I applied for it, I think, through Vintage Radio itself, because we all were planning, one of us have to go, or all of us have to go. So I selected that course and went to, I think it was Bugis Junction, and it was a nice place there. The environment was very nice. The instructors, the instructor who was very friendly, very clear when he was trying to teach us step by step what to do and all these things. And his assistants were very helpful at that time. And I came to know a lot of things about Google Photo. For example, I didn't know that the Google Photo can organize your photos by itself. Like if it's only my picture, then it'll have a file on myself and then family. And then say, for example, vacations, it also can make a file out of it, and such things. And then one more thing is they go according to dates. That's quite interesting, They will remind you, hey, when was this photo taken and all these things. So that was quite interesting. And I found it easy there when I was in the class. When I asked the instructor what to do next, what should I do next, and all these things, the assistants were helping us also. But then back home, I had some problems. But of course, as you say, that we also can learn regardless of age. So, trial and error, touch here, touch there, go there, go back, scroll down, up, and all these things. Managed to get certain things done. So that was quite interesting for me. And the course was, I think, worth attending. I am very happy that I attended the course.
Well, that's good to know, Bala. And like what you said, like, the thing is try. If you don't try, you won't know. But if you try, you make a mistake, it's okay. You can just carry on, do something, learn from the mistakes and all this. Moving on from Bala to Brian, perhaps. Brian, you took up a very interesting course, I think. Maybe you can share that with everybody.
Well, I had a great time attending the computing workshop conducted by SACE. And before the workshop, I knew very little or very basic knowledge about using a computer. Now, during the session, I was absorbing so much new information, it was incredible. I was learning more efficient ways to use Google Chrome that would help me in my daily life. My favorite skill that I had learned was how to use Google Maps more in depth. And my favorite skill was using Google Maps. It was so amazing to see that technology is so advanced that I can actually see the actual view of the streets from my screen. And the instructor was very attentive, I must say, to the class's needs, and would even help us with problems outside the syllabus. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. and I would recommend others to pick up this course. If you are interested, or any others that are available, go for it. There's no end to learning.
Well, Brian, thanks for that, because I remember, and this because we interact so much, here on Vintage Radio, right? Your challenge actually is finding your way, especially to places that you're familiar with, but over the years, because of all the new buildings that's popped up, and then because of this at night, I mean, same for me as well, right? So I'm used to using Google Maps, but for yourself, I think the other night when we were doing a different live show, you said, Aloysius, I'm gonna drive myself home. And you actually made it home following Google Maps. So, I'm grateful for that. Although some part of me, I kind of miss that, because I kind of enjoy sending you home and then we can have our conversations. But I'm also glad that, you're on your own and you're like, oh, all right, man, now I can go around Singapore and, just know where I go. Okay, so over to you, Albert. What about yourself? I mean, your experience in taking up courses at the NSA, I'm sure you found it enriching as well.
Yeah, definitely. I attended about 5 NSA courses during the past 2.5 years. So 2 of the courses I attended pre-COVID days, and 3 of them during COVID period. Now, before I attended those courses, I have fair knowledge of those topics covered, because through my own personal e-learning in the past, So I took those courses to get a deeper dive into the subject, and also to accompany my wife on 2 of the courses. So, as I was mentioning earlier, before COVID strike, most of us were contented to, just to use the basic apps to get by, So during COVID, of course, because of all these social distancing measures, and because we were in the high risk group, so we have greatly cut down our outings, beyond the supermarket and the markets run, visiting our grandchildren and the occasional outing outside, So I introduced my wife to, reading e-magazines, e-newspaper, borrowing e-books, from National Library, So I think it's a great tip for whoever is watching, visit the NLB website, National Library. And it's a fantastic treasure trove of information. So my wife they enjoyed the experience so much that we have stopped subscribing to our the local newspaper, and we have stopped buying books. In the past, we used to buy books, subscribe to the local newspaper. Now we have stopped all this, because we found the online experience so so useful and so user friendly. You can borrow books for free. You can attend courses for free. So that is definitely one of the what do you call it, the ways to gain access to the new information. So following the experience of reading all online experience, I thought that one of the best way to overcome the fear of technology is to let her enroll in a formal courses, But she was a bit worried about getting, because she is from the Chinese stream and Chinese educated. So I can understand there's a language, maybe a language barrier there, because once you attend an IT course, there's a lot of technical terms, a lot of technical jargon, that you have to cope with, So I decided to accompany her, and she, she found the experience, very, very, very useful, and we are looking for, now we are in the middle of the course, so she's looking forward to attending the Monday session course. We are going to learn about Zoom call, how to share content, how to get in contact with a friend, and then how to use Google Drive, Google Slides, all these things. So it's a very interesting journey. And the other courses that I attended was on cybersecurity. As you know, during this period, cyber criminals have more opportunities to commit cyber crimes, as more and more activities are online. Though these courses taught me how to spot, online scam, how to spot phishing email, how to critically evaluate sources for fake news and and news from reputable sources, how to enable 2-factor authentication when I'm using my email, using my social app, just like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, So by learning all these measures and how to protect myself, I find that it's very relevant, especially during this period. You see, where you have spend a lot of online, this time learning about accepting new sources and the learning new technology too. So because the more time you spend online, the more likelihood that you come across this scam. You see, the other courses I attend is on money management. So this is again a very important topic, especially to those seniors who lost their job, or or on part-time employment or retired. You see, so you find that you have to manage your money very well, learn money skills, how to spot those get rich quick scheme, how to do research on companies you're interested in investing in, how to basically how to create your investment profile, and how to manage it. You see, so I think what really matters is you have to try to put in your own personal effort. You see, and if possible, try to encourage your family members to go along to attend course. And from there you can see the real difference. How it makes a difference to your life. You see.
Right, right. Well, Albert, I think, again, heads off to you. You seem to be a cost monster, like right? 10
Yeah,
years
that's
now.
right. That's right.
Well, that's good. It's good that you're constantly challenging yourself, and like I said, bringing your wife in together, and enjoy your learning journey together. I mean, after all, being married means you get to do
Yeah,
things
that's
together
right.
as well. Yeah. Okay. At this point, I'd just like to invite our viewers as well, those who've joined us. Thank you very much. And hi, Jude, one of our weekend warriors, Miss Rostina. Hello, thank you for joining us. The thing is, I'd like for you all maybe to share with us some of the stuff that you've been doing, and this is very much to the people watching in right now on Facebook Live, right? Maybe you can share with us what is it that you've been keeping, what is it that you've been doing to keep yourselves busy, and maybe you can also say if you haven't been taking up courses, maybe you can share with us, what is it that's stopping you. Or for that matter, if you've taken up a new course, perhaps you can share with us via the feedback channel what is it that you've picked up. But in the meantime, just to share a little bit more about the courses that's available at the NSA, all you need to do is to go onto the website, which is www.nsa for National Silver Academy, right? It's an organization, so .org, and of course it's in Singapore, so .sg. Okay, you can pick up, you can go in there and see the whole series of courses that's available to everybody and all. Now, at this moment, maybe I'll just go back to Bala, right? Before attending this course, what are your thoughts about actually picking up courses? Was there any challenge that you faced in actually getting started?
Challenges in the sense that first thing is that the moment you want to attend the course, you have all kinds of thinking going in your mind. Do I need to go for this course? Can I actually get some information into my mind and then work by myself? Things like that. But then actually when you go there, then you find that it's so rewarding in the sense that you know a lot of other things that otherwise you wouldn't have known. That's technology. You see, now technology is improving so fast, so rapidly. So on the way as you go, you learn more things to do. So this actually is, in a way, I don't call it a challenge. It's in your mind, whether you want to free up yourself and say, look, I'm going and I'm going to try it. Never mind. Fail, try again. You can't do it, try again. Try and try again. And you will win once. And that's all we need. So that's how that I went for this course. And I think that most of our seniors, they should be considering to attend at least one course. At least one. And I'm sure, as what Aloysius has said just now, there's so many courses. I'm very sure that one or two is there for you to pick, as to choose and then go and attend it and see how much it can help you. And of course, in another part of it, I would say that it keeps you very active. Your mind is active, your thinking is active, and then you learn new things, you become excited, like some light bulbs going going on in your head, something like that. So it's a nice experience. I think our seniors should at least attend one course first, and then I'm sure that they will be attracted to go to other courses which they otherwise wouldn't have gone or wouldn't have tried. That's what I think. And no need to worry about age. Learning has no age. There's no age limit. Even if I don't attend course, before I attended this course that I was talking about earlier, I used to do my own research. Like in the Tamil language, I like to go and check on certain terms that are being used, and some words that suddenly pops up from somewhere, and I say, hey, I've heard this word, but what is this? Then you go in and then you find out a lot of things. And then being, all our languages, English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil are all actually rich languages. So I'm very much interested in my Tamil language. So I used to go and research and all these things step by step. And of course, you must find time for it. If you just want to go and watch video, watch movie, you still can. But then again, when you do this, you become very active. Physically you can be active, because you go like, hey, I didn't know, man, this information is very interesting. And then you go down and then you start thinking of certain new information you get while researching. So it helps. Our seniors actually must do that and must attend at least one course through NSA.
Thanks for that, Bala. Sorry, I was muted for a while. Well, that happens to all of us, right? So Brian, I mean, for yourself, do you think that, there are like really barriers to stop you from learning new stuff? I mean, it's I think for a lot of seniors, some of them find it difficult and all this. What are your thoughts on that, and maybe words of encouragement really for other seniors? What would you say to them if they say, oh, it's too busy, too high tech already? What do you think? Well, what would you say to them?
I think the only thing that's in the way of everybody who, are thinking of taking up a course, the only obstruction I see is laziness. That's all. Lazy. You start thinking of, oh, I've got to go and attend a class and all that, and or it's happening, in some funny corner in Singapore, and then they come up with excuses, just like exercise. If you want to do, if you want to go for a run and exercise, you can always come up with reasons not to. And that is to succumb to laziness. Just lie on the couch, watch TV and all that. But the thing is to overcome this obstacle, go out there, exercise, and you'll feel really on top of the world. Similarly, with a course, tell yourself, I want to learn something new. What have I not done? Because as far as the NSA is concerned, they've got thousands of courses available. And there are like short courses, ad hoc learning opportunities, exam-free modules, bite-sized courses, and online learning. So many courses available. So no excuse really to say, no, I've got no time for it. Make time. Attend one particular course. At the end of it all, let me tell you that you'll be searching for other courses to take part, and it's incredible, really, the number of courses made available by NSA. The world is your oyster. Just go and, sign up for one of these courses. And not only that, you'll be making a network of friends as well. Because the people I attended with, apart from Albert, they were all ladies. That alone is, I can imagine Aloysius is laughing. Yeah, all ladies, and they were very interactive, It is just like going back to school. Really, I mean, it brought back a lot of memories, and I enjoyed myself, really. At the end of the day, it's not that, you're going to attend this course and you got to sit for exams and what have you. No, it's for your knowledge. So just Go for it. Don't shortchange yourself, all right? Go for it.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks. And I think some of our viewers actually came in and say, wow, good for you, man. Brutal truth, but thank you. It applies to everybody. Jude, thank you so much for that.
I think
Sally, you were saying like laziness and all. Nah, it's comfort zone, but too much to absorb. We'll touch on that in a while. Sorry, Albert, you were going to say something.
Yeah, can I add to what Brian said?
Please do.
Okay, from my interaction with the fellow seniors during the courses that I attended, I think broadly they fall into two categories. One is situational. Some seniors, especially those who are still working, they are struggle to know, what they should be studying and how they should fit study into their busy schedule. So so they are more interested in learning new skills or knowledge that quickly help them in their career, rather than say, learn to earn a recognized qualification. So they are also not afraid and not really interested in taking exams, because some of the certification you are required to pass that exam. Okay, the second one, I find that it's up to the individual, because some seniors, even in the middle or the end of the course, they're still wondering whether I make a mistake or wasted my time attending the course. I think that is quite sad. And the problem of poor vision comes into some of the seniors, they struggle to make out the characters on the keyboard, because all these courses are conducted on keyboard, and as we know, the keyboard is on the laptop is quite small, so sometimes they find that accidentally they type the wrong character, or they try to make out this all the various the special characters and things like that. So that's a problem of the trying to even get to the basic part, and some of them find difficulty in controlling the mouse. So problem like left click, right click, double click, click and drag. They find difficulty in handling that. So to attend a computer lesson, that's a basic. You have to. You assume that when you come in for the course, you know how to do this. But some of them they don't know. So in fact, one or two occasions I got to give them some help in helping to teach them how to proper positioning of the fingers over the keyboard. And how to maneuver the mouse around, encourage them to go back and practice after the lessons. So all these things, they find that to get across this, even that initial boundary, it takes a lot of effort. And then the other thing is memory too. And after they attend the course, they find the problem recalling what they have learned. And another problem is language competency too, especially those who are not very competent in English. They struggle to understand all those technical terms. I mean, when you learn IT, there's a lot of terms you got to remember. And the sad thing is that a lot of times they're embarrassed to ask for help. They're afraid that people will laugh at them and things like that. I have no experience with other training centers, but I can assure that those who took courses at SACE, you won't find that problem. You're in the company of fellow seniors who understand your difficulties, and they're willing to help you. The instructors are very patient, and they're willing to go the extra mile to help you out if you have any problem. That's my experience.
Well, thanks for that, Albert. Actually, the thing is this, right? Over here at Vintage Radio, when we first started, I've tried. We tried our best to convince Brian and Bala of this, right? That technology is not a barrier itself. We have this position that we go on, and that is no question is stupid. Okay, it's only stupid if you don't know and you don't ask. Then that's where it's like, well, very, as they say, long pia, or very face palm, right? So if you don't know, just ask. It's okay, because we all have to learn somewhere. Okay, and I believe a lot of instructors have taken that approach to say, if you don't know, please ask, so that we can actually help you to know. Because if you know, then we as trainers, we as people who actually want to impart knowledge, then know that we've actually done something good. So to everybody who's hesitant to go down there because you're shy and say, oh, you asked this question, you think I'm stupid. No, actually the more questions you ask, the better it is. Then we as instructors or as helpers actually then can know, oh, okay, this is what you don't know. Okay, fine, it's very simple. You know, this is how you do this. This is how it happens. And the thing is this, you just need to understand. So don't worry about having this mental block about IT is very difficult. Actually, it's not. Can I share a secret with you? It's a $1 million secret. Okay, IT is not difficult. IT is essentially logical. One, go to the next, go to the next. That's it. It's not difficult. It's really very logical. So you don't have to worry. So the moment you get used to it, that's it. You will go one step to the next one, right?
I think you have to take small incremental steps.
Exactly.
Don't bog them out with too much of detail. You start with the basic, and then as it progresses on, you find that the enthusiasm for learning, gets better. Rather than just the first lesson they get put off. So I find that the instructor is very, very important. You can make a break. The interest of those who are going to taking the classes.
Definitely, but you know what? It's not just IT. I mean, IT is important, right? Everybody now trying to get connected so that you can do your WhatsApp group, your video call, and all this, right? But actually, it's not just IT. There's so many things that you can learn as well, like cooking lah, yoga classes lah, baking, dancing, joget, singing, playing guitar, playing instruments and all this. Really, the thing is, you just pick something and, get off your bum and get out there and live life. I think that's important, right? So, don't worry about it. Now, there's an interesting question here. What about senior volunteerism? Actually, I believe there are also avenues and courses that will actually point you towards learning how to volunteer and going to places where volunteer help is needed as well. So yes, you can also figure out more and learn more from there as well. So not to worry, actually, just seriously go to nsa.org.sg. I will repeat that slowly. www means www.nsa.org.sg. Okay, you can definitely find something there that you're interested in. And remember, if you're 50 and above, you can also have some subsidy, and the courses are actually subsidized already. So it's like double whammy, right? You're on the good side. So, really, it's about just getting started. There is this word about inertia, right? Get over that inertia. Don't procrastinate. Don't think, maybe tomorrow lah. And then tomorrow there's another tomorrow, and then tomorrow there's another tomorrow, right? So, just really Bala's laughing away. But it's true. Just pick up and go. Just today make that decision to go, you know what? I'm going to do it now. In fact, type www.nsa.org.sg and look at the courses, because it's really, there's a lot of stuff there for you. Now, I'm going to scroll through as much as I can, to see what else you all have actually shared. Any things that you like to share, experiences, courses that you want to recommend, please, now's the time to get onto Facebook and share with everybody, right? Got good stuff to share lah. Huh? Okay, so everybody's like, oh yes, Brian, go ahead.
While you are going through the list of people who are joining us, let me, because we've been talking about computers and IT and what have you, there are actually a lot of other courses that you may want to consider. New course topics are regularly added to the list of courses under NSA. The current new course topics include fun with air-dry clay, and there's also art therapy for self-care, urban permaculture and vertical gardening, yes, and specialized hand reflexology, graphic design, coding, cooking, workshops, and many, many more. Well, with about more than 1,000 courses available, there will always be something to suit every interest, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for that, Brian. And you gave me enough time to actually look through some of it. I've got a very interesting one here from Winston Abraham. Wrong. I wish there is a group that can bring back the oldies song and music. Hey, got lah. Vintage radio ma. Okay, so it's just okay. That's me being naughty. Uh, Albert, anything else you'd like to share to encourage others to come in and pick up a new course? Is there anything that you would like to recommend?
I think I think they find that one of the most effective way to encourage seniors to do lifelong learning is to show them how you can improve the quality of their life. I mean, they were asking you, why should I learn this? I mean, you show it to them. How like learning all these apps and like for example, the WhatsApp and things like that. Show them, demonstrate a video call to them. Get them to encourage them to come with the groups of friends. I mean, even you can give small, say, token reward like shopping vouchers to them. You bring along a friend along, then we give you a voucher. So you learn in a group. You see, So the instructor, after telling them how to do it, probably help them to install the app, and then let them practice immediately. Do a video call, among the close circle of friends. You see. So once you find that you are sharing your experience with like-minded individual, not only they are learning it, they are at the same time, they're enjoying it too. So it's an enjoyable experience, you see. And like those who are new to IT too, I will encourage them, to do probably personalized one-to-one coaching, and do it in, if they are not conversant in English, you do it in their mother tongue or even in the vernacular language, you see. And preferably it should be done by volunteers who are senior, who understand their difficulties, understand their, what are the barriers to learning, So rather than say somebody that was much younger and things like that, because seniors, I find that seniors for seniors, that's a, what they call it, a good fit. So the other thing is, like, for example, you learn, say, something like Pay Now app or things like that. After learning the app, bring them on site to do actual experience. Say after doing learning Pay Now, you bring them to the hawker center and immediately conduct a transaction, so they can see the effect it has on their lives. You see, rather than you learn in theory and go back and just forget about it. You see, bring them on the ground, on site to learn. You see that, So I think the learning experience is very important. You have to practice it. You see, if you just learn in theory, then it doesn't make sense. And go back and just after that they just forget about it. Show that it makes a difference to their life. Okay, what I have learned today, I can put into daily practice. Improve the quality of my life. You see, so that makes a real difference. Otherwise, it's all it's all what they call it. Probably say something not relevant to their daily lives. I can't hear you.
Happens to everybody again. Me lah. Okay, so it's great that you are actually sharing that, because I was going to ask, like, how do you interest other people in your social groups, to actually take up new courses, to want to learn stuff, because a lot of things that we can learn is something that is practical and that we can put use to it, So I think that's important. Don't get left behind. I think we all recognize, like, at some levels that technology especially has gone ahead, and it's like time to catch up and all this. But the thing is this: if you don't start to try and catch up, it will get further away, right? And then one day you're like totally like, where's everybody? Because people have moved on into other things, and it's not people of your group. People within your group itself will probably have taken up courses and moved forward. So really, get a few kakis together and go and say, like, hey, you know what, let's take up this course together, right? Yeah. And just have fun. The thing is, look at it this way, right? You go for a course, you're with your friends, your kakis, or you make new friends, you widen your social circles, and when it comes to less COVID time, or when it's more under control, you can actually catch up and meet up and make new friends. And that's what it's all about. Quality of life actually is going to be better. Now, I think there's also a few questions that's asked about safety. So maybe, Brian, can you share with us, right, when you attended the courses, was it safe, like I suppose you have to go through safe entry and all this kind of stuff as well, right? Do you think it was a safe environment for you to actually go? Because keeping in mind your age, and all of us are actually quite in that vulnerable group.
Yeah, of course. You go through the safe entry checks and what have you and all that. And then in the class, you have your mask. All right. And so you just can't go wrong. All safety precautions are taken. Yeah. And you don't have to worry. Yeah. If anything at all, blame the teacher.
Can I add to Brian's observation?
Please do.
Yeah. See, I'm a health professional, so I'm very particular in this aspect. So I think I felt that sufficient protection is given to those who attend the classes. I mean, if it's not, I won't attend those classes. So you can be assured it's safe. During classes, there's adequate social distancing. You're required to put on the mask at all times. So no eating is allowed in the classroom, no drinking. So I think that the safety measures are all put in place. So you can be assured that it's a safe and rewarding experience.
Well, that's good to know. And just so to remind you, if you just joined us, right? So Albert is a retired dental surgeon. Right. So actually coming from him is essentially like, job signed, sealed, delivered, job ready, is safe. Okay. So don't have to worry. And some of the courses are actually online also. So the moment you start picking up online skills, that opens up your world to more learning as well. And that's good. Now, just quickly, Bala, any thoughts about the cost or rather, keeping up with the class? Because I think for everybody, right, it will be this. One of the questions that you have in mind that I touched on earlier is that, if I can't catch up, and then I ask a question, people are going to think I'm stupid or whatever, right? And I think the pressure is more if you're actually a recognized person like Brian and you, Bala, people go like, hey, this one still must ask question. So, I mean, was it a problem for you to actually can you slow down, explain that again, because I didn't understand?
Yes, I did ask a few questions when I didn't understand actually. Can you go back again and explain it to me? And actually, they really entertain us when we ask questions. They are happy. They know that we are paying attention. It's not that you sit down, you listen to everything, shake your head, and then thank you, bye-bye. No. So when you ask them a question, they are so excited. Hey, this guy is actually asking a lot of questions. But I mean, valid questions, so why not I explain again to everybody? So some guys may be not asking question, but they'll be happy, lucky this guy asked this question. I didn't so understand. Things like that. I think you need not be kind of shy or maybe frightened or reserved or anything like that. Feel small when you're going to ask a question, that you may even yourself know that, shall I ask this stupid question? But it may help somebody, or it may help you, because you didn't know the actual thing. So you ask that question and they are willing to answer you. And I think our seniors now, most of them are well educated. Our seniors, the current seniors I'm talking about, not senior to us, but we are all, most of us, educated and all these things. We understand life as it is. So when there are other people, we don't worry about it, because all of us are in the same boat, and we attend courses to gain more knowledge. So ask questions. If you ask, then you will know. If you don't ask, then you will never know. That's what I can see.
Well, I have some sagely advice there for you. And Brian, I think, maybe I can ask you, right, what would you say again to those people around us, viewing, joining in this Facebook itself, right? What would you say to encourage them to actually, start taking up a course, to encourage them, to not procrastinate?
Okay, that's, some thought has got to be put into this. The thing is, think about this way, okay? See what are you interested in, courses that maybe, attracts you, and think about going in, sitting in for the course, and making new friends. If you think about it that way, you'll be keen to sign up for these courses. Go there and and enlarge your the network of friends that you have. And it's always very interesting, not only to pick up a new skill, but making new friends at the same time. For me, that is the way I look at it. If I were to attend a course, I would, at the end of the course, make a new group of friends from this course. That's how I look at it.
Well, especially if the course got a lot more ladies joining as well. Back to you, Albert. The thing is that for those who just joined us, right? Earlier you shared that you actually got your wife to join you and help out. Help to convince her to take up courses, right? What about other people in your social circle? What would you do? What would you share with them to actually convince them to go, start to take up a course and start to at least consider taking up learning as they are in their senior years?
I think I would like to to put out the message, especially to retirees. Now that you're retired, the freedom, you have the freedom to manage your time, you see. So don't you think that it's a perfect opportunity to take the course that you always wanted to take, or to pick up a new hobby that you always wanted to try out, you see. So never be afraid to learn new skills, or to acquire new knowledge, to keep pace with the times, and don't get left behind with all these changes. So I think COVID-19 shows us, all of us, can have an entire life, just change in a moment, you see, and then our lives have been turned upside down, So you have to adapt to all these changes, and all these changes, some of them are irreversible, and so you have to pick up new skills to keep connected with the rest of the world, to make sure that you are able to fulfill your your aspirations or your this interest. So there's no end to learning. But I think the impetus got to come from the individual itself. You have to be self-motivated. And it got to be a voluntary effort. You see, pursuit of knowledge, and it must be ongoing too. So I think to me, I'm making I'm making a lifelong learning as a lifestyle for me, for the new normal, especially this age of digital age. So I think you simply got to keep up, and you can't just just lie back and and let the world just pass by. You see, otherwise you'll be swamped by all these changes.
I think you're right. The thing is that once they pass you by, it's going to be much more difficult to actually catch up. One day you're just going to be looking around, going, "Where's everybody? What's going on?" And that'll be really too late. And the thing is this, right? There's so many courses, and it's actually quite easy. And a lot of these courses are subsidized, right? We would really encourage you to take the first step if you haven't done so. One of our viewers, Yun Chin, you always say, I always go for short 1-hour courses, try them out, go deeper into the subject if that interests me. That's right, sample, and then take some more, So that's one of the ways to go, and yes, make use of your skills future credit, because it's there. As they say, like, who give the money, might as well take and use, right? Rather than, leave it down there. Because, hey, one thing, it doesn't earn interest. So if you don't use it, it just sits down there like luggage, right? And then collects dust. So you know what? Make use of it. The courses are actually not that expensive. Their courses range from $10 to $100 and over that. You don't have to go for a very expensive course for a start. Start something simple, start something new, and then you will find that actually after taking some new courses, you will find that you have your life will be better, because you're learning some stuff, some new stuff as well. Okay, just again, in case you've been living under a rock and you don't know what's happening here, what we would like to do is to encourage you to try going to this website, www.nsa for National Silver Academy vintage.org.sg. And I just want to share a little bit more with everybody, right? So for Brian and for Bala and even Rahima and Patrick Kwasianhua, who's with Vintage Radio, and they're actually doing their shows from their homes. Okay, they actually go online on their laptops, on their computers. They actually go into the cloud to access the backend system of Vintage Radio, to then be able to record their shows, to do their shows, so that you actually can listen to them. Okay, and all this they learn. All right, they learned before joining. I mean, you know, once they say, "Oh, okay, now we'll give it a try," which I take my hat off to all of you, because you did not allow technology to get in the way. You say, "Okay, you know what? For me to be on Vintage Radio, I need to do this," and that was the impetus, and they all did it, right? And right now, none of them are calling me for technical assistance for whatever. I feel a bit left out, but I'm actually very happy, because you know they're actually all they've all learned new skills. So if Brian and Bala and Rahima and Patrick can do it, so can you. Okay, you can, and the important thing is that take that first step and start small. You know, you need to learn how to crawl before you learn how to walk, before you learn how to run, right? So that would be the encouragement that I think all of us here have for you, right? Please take that opportunity to learn a new skill, to enrich yourself, to enrich your life, and get the people around you, your family members, your friends, right? Join you, take up a new course. For all you know, I mean, a few of you who like music, get together, each one learn how to play different instruments, and then you can start your own band. And we'll play you on Vintage Radio. Okay.
By the way, Loy, just emphasize the fact that you can choose from online or face-to-face learning options offered by over 40 course providers under the National Silver Academy. Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, Brian. Too many things flashing in front of me. I'm still trying to get used to it. Oh man, sorry, very bad excuse. Okay. You see, it's easier to come up with an excuse, you know, but you know, I get over it. Okay, I think what we need to do is to take a photograph of all four of us, I think just for memory's sake. So I've been asked to get all four of us, myself included, to give a big smile at the count of 3 so that we can take a photograph. How's that? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, no. Oh, not now. Right. Okay, I mistook that message here. Okay, if there's nothing else from everybody, hi, Julian saying hello. I hope you didn't just join us, but in any case, if you did, hi. You can, oh, before I forget also, yes, Sila already. Another bad excuse. But what it is that if you've missed out on any part of this session, you can actually come back onto Facebook, because all of this is actually going to be available for you to just watch again, rewind, fast forward, you can do that, you know, and really catch up on what's been happening over the past 1 hour. Albert, thank you very much for coming on to share with us your experience and your encouragement for everybody to take on lifelong learning, like what you say, lifelong learning as a lifestyle. I think that's great, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. And Brian, Bala, thank you so much for being so positive and you know, actually continuing your lifelong learning journey as well. So again, just one final plug. If you are not sure what to do, where to go, www.nsa.org.sg, right? And you know, if you want to, please download the app for Vintage Radio so that we are there to keep you company. Just to let you know, on the Vintage Radio website, which is vintageradio.sg, okay, there are videos for you to learn how to download, how to navigate the app, how to make dedications, and there's a new one coming up called How to Share. So there's a lot of things that you can learn, even, and you know what, it's free. No charges, don't have to use SkillsFuture, don't have to pay anything. You just, you know, try it out. Yes, Bala.
It's not only free. Any language, the official language, any language, you can go in and listen to it, take a look at it, you know. And please go and try it. though I am in Vintage Radio SG, I try to go and check everything once in a while. I said, this is okay, that is okay. What is something new here? And it's quite interesting. And since some interviews, I conducted the interviews in person with the interviewee. So I don't see it in full, but others I just skip to go through and check it. I think every seniors, our seniors got to try that. Whoever is listening to Vintage Radio SG, I really encourage them. Go to our app. You can find a lot of interesting things. Please do. Thank you.
Thanks, that Bala and Brian, and again, Albert. Thank you all so much for joining us in this afternoon. We hope those who have watched this found this useful, and we'll be back again. Just stay tuned on vintageradio.sg as well as our Facebook page. Again, thank you all for joining us. Have a great afternoon ahead and a great weekend ahead. See ya.
All right.